Hi, I'm Roz. I'm the newest member, or one of the newest members of Blaze Capital. I have a journey to become a New York Stock Exchange trader, most of which has been reinvented during COVID, like I'm sure all of you, or not sure all of you, but probably most of you are looking at. Full disclosure, I have a master's degree in finance. And I thought, how hard can this be? Um, so I went ahead and I opened up an Ameritrade account because, after all you're going to do is, you know, buy low and sell high. So I did that. And I opened up the Ameritrade account and I went to buy something low and I looked at the 1 million chances to do that and didn't have any idea what that was. I mean, what is the low price and what's the high price on which stock? And like I said, there are a million opportunities, and thankfully for me, Ameritrade does limit the the new traders to certain, um, stop and form filling and approval processes so you don't actually get an opportunity to crash the whole stock market in a day. So, so that was great. I looked at that and I said, I'm not in a position to do this. So I thought to myself, okay, um, let's find ourselves some experts because after all, um, even though I had a finance career, it had nothing to do with the stock market or stock exchanges or anything else. Um, and I thought to myself, okay, I'll go find some people who know how to do something. So the first thing I did when I went on internet was I saw there were a lot of claims. There's a lot of people out there saying you can make $10,000 overnight in one trade. Well, I don't think you can unless you're willing to risk a lot of capital to do so. And if you're going to risk that amount of capital to make that kind of money, I really do think that you need to have some support behind you. If you're new to the markets and you're going to risk the kind of capital that can give you a $10,000 gain overnight, then I would suggest that you well, I would have to follow somebody to do that. I mean, you give it to an expert who can do that and makes a guarantee, and I don't think you're going to find one. Um, so what I did was I then picked a few and thought, okay, I can get guidance. They can pick the stocks. They can tell me when to get in, when to get out, and I gave them $3,000 to do that for me. And when I did that, they would send me a ticker. And so I'm sitting there going, okay, here's a ticker. No information about when to get in, when to get out, why they picked it, what was going on, no charts. I can't read a chart anyway, but I still would like to see a chart, which looks like something's going up. It was a fiasco. It was really a fiasco. I lost a lot of money. And fortunately for me, I went onto YouTube and found Blaze Capital, who had the motto think less and make more money. And I thought, okay, this is what I really need right now. I want some results. And I want them now. I don't want them 20 years from now. I don't want them 30 years from now. I want to have continuing results 20 years from now, continuing results 30 years from now. But I absolutely do not want to wait for my first result for 20 years because I'd have to go back to work and find a real job. And my retirement would then be even further off in the horizon. So so I found them, and when I logged in, I took a free trial, which is only a week long. And within that week, I had so much support for what I wanted to do. I just said, here, here's my subscription forever. Because the support that I got in one day from these guys, including going back to the companies where I paid a lot of money, where I was on trials there, they helped me get back so I could put it into my account and I could go ahead and then use that money to trade, which is, after all, what we're all here to do. So, and the amount of money that I'm paying for the subscription here, as you know, if you go into their website, is only $100 a month or $1,000 a year. And then I know their prices have increased, a little bit, but it still isn't. It isn't $3,000 in 1 year for a stock pick where you lose money. It just is not that. So, so anyway, I really have to say that you just, in the end, you cannot go alone. You just cannot go it alone. There is no way. Um, Sorry, I'm looking at the little timer here to see if it's actually running. Yes, it is. Okay. So in order to get the best opportunity to do your best, and if you have no experience with it like I do, then what you really need is you need a support group and an algorithm. You need an algorithm that, sort of clicks off on your favorite stocks and says it maybe now is a good time to get in. Maybe now, here's what the projections are. And then with a support group behind you, when the algorithm goes off, they say, well, I mean, here's how to read the chart. Here's what the chart looks like. And eventually you actually start to learn things as well, but you have an algorithm in the background that's analyzing the millions of fundamentals that you can't do yourself on day one. Maybe you can, I can't. And that, these are people who built an algorithm who've been in this business for tens of years combined, probably with all of them, 30 or 40 years worth of experience, even though they're in their 30s. Um, and I've done really well. I mean, I have actually surprised even myself because I have not made $10,000 overnight on a $500 trade. I'll tell you that. Even though somebody might promise that to you, don't listen to them. But I will say, I have been making money and not losing it. And even any amount that I have lost has been so minuscule, like, $10 or something. And it was probably because I pushed the buy button when I meant sell. And so I'm attributing that to myself. So I really do think that at the end of the day, if you really, take the free trial at least and just see if this is something that you want. And if it isn't, or it is, then you make that decision on the free trial. And if you do what I did with these other organizations where you pay the money, make sure that money is fully refundable in 30 days, because, or a week or 2 weeks, but make sure it's fully, and then concentrate on that. I mean, really stick to the dates or you won't get your money back. And fortunately for me, like I said, I got my money back. I joined an organization that I absolutely love. I have respect for everybody in it. The senior traders drop everything to sort of help you, not just sort of help you, but help you. And the guys who built the algorithm are just geniuses. And my only regret is that I didn't do this a lot sooner with them, really. So good luck to you and whatever your decisions are. And I hope to see you on Slack in Blaze Capital. See you later.